Hi guys, it's Saturday. Welcome back to the den. So this week what are we doing? We are making stuff.
You may be wondering why we're yet again coming to you from the floor of our living room.
Because we've been watching too much Trisha Paytas and our kitchen isn't big enough to sit on the floor. Not really.
Yeah, kitchen's totally big enough to sit on the floor, but I digress.
So last week we did our Growing With Us video where we were just transplanting some tomato plants and planting some peas and whatnot, and surprise surprise, the peas are already sprouting like crazy, so that's really exciting. The tomatoes are really taking off. They've got new shoots all over them, so we'll be posting some updated photos to my Instagram and stuff in a little bit. So so last week we asked you if you had any suggestions. We wanted to make like a little cat house or a cat tree or something. And there were some cool ones that I had come across, like there was the White House, Simpson's house, Bob's Burgers, the building, a whole bunch of really cool ones, sharks, different stuff, and but they're all really expensive. They're like $100 for the kit.
Yeah, and we wanted something more like we could put together ourselves and make it.
Yeah, so we looked online. We did get one of your suggestions last week. Really appreciate that. That was the pyramid. So we actually found a cardboard sphinx. So that one looked a little too...
Yeah, and the pyramid, we would have had to have made it massive because for some reason my cat doesn't think she can fit into places where cats can fit.
Oh yeah, like the typical cat, it fits, it sits, like sit in the tiniest little thing. Not her. No, she wants to make sure she's got extra space. And
so we would have had to make the pyramid like massive, and we just don't have anywhere that we could put that.
Yeah. Plus our cardboard is, Amazon boxes, they try and ship it in like narrow, weird shaped things.
Yeah. All of our cardboard has come from Amazon purchases that have happened since the beginning of quarantine.
So fun. So we decided that we were going to do a VW bus. It's actually a Pinterest idea.
Pinterest idea.
Yeah, Pinterest idea. So, there weren't really any instructions online other than pictures. And the one that I had seen, they basically just used one box.
Yeah.
Cut the flaps down, folded it, cut holes out, and then that was it.
But we needed to make it a little bit bigger than that because my cat won't use it otherwise.
So what I've gone and done is already gone ahead and cut the pieces out. So you basically want front, back, side, two sides, and the top and the bottom. So the two sides will look like this, and then the back is basically just a rectangle. Same with the bottom, same with the top, because there's no holes. And this one, there's no holes on the one side, just because, cats like to feel a little bit more secure. So I've gone ahead and taken this and marked out the places for the door, and I cut it out. Now what I did find is with the frame and stuff, some of it did feel a little flimsy. So I actually went and I cut some cardboard little pieces and just made extra edging just to give it more stability. You can see it's kind of piecing together. Now the problem that I didn't even think about until after I had all my pieces cut out were tabs. So when I made the stairs for the bed for the cat, I had remembered to put tabs so that way I could literally just fold the tab in, glue all the pieces together, and it would be basic and simple. And I cut out all the pieces, and then I thought, oh crap, no tabs. So we're gonna have to try and tape it, but the hard part is acrylic paint doesn't take so well to duct tape, so we have to tape it on the inside.
Yeah.
So I initially thought maybe I'll just make a bunch of seams, like little pieces that'll fold at like a 90-degree angle like that, and just kind of hold them together like you would in construction, but it just seemed like a whole lot of gluing and holding. And
so this is going to be a little bit of trial and error because, like he said, we didn't have step-by-step instructions to work off of. We had a picture, and we're like, oh, that looks good, let's do that. So then trying to figure out how that was going to go together has pretty much been on us.
Yeah.
On him.
Yeah.
Specifically. He's the one that made these templates and cut them out.
So I'm thinking the easiest way is going to be to take the front, because it's got that weird angle. If we tape those angled bits together, like that, and then this one over here, it'll be a weird shape, but once you stand it up and fold it, then you can.
Yeah.
And then the other seams are just straight edges, so it should be, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, fairly straightforward. So if you watched our video last week, we were talking about our ceiling fans that we bought. And we went through hell trying to get the ceiling fan up in the living room.
Oh my god, yes, we did.
And then we decided, well, we're going to try and do the ceiling fan in the bedroom. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
So we've discovered that this place, for some reason, is not up to code.
And not like, oh, that probably shouldn't be like that, kind of not up to code. Like, you take a light fixture down and there's just wires between two pieces of wood instead of having an electrical box, kind of not up to code. So that was our experience with putting the ceiling fan in the bedroom. We took the light fixture that was in the middle of the ceiling in the bedroom down, and there was literally just two 2x4s. And I'm sure they're structural, but like just a wire that was fed through in between where it was supposed to go. And then the light fixture itself was literally screwed into those two 2x4s. And it was just like, okay, well, I'm a little surprised that this hasn't caused any other issues up to this point, but let's see how we can make this work.
Now, something that I did find that was quite humorous is in Canada, there's a safety code for ceiling fans that Ken wasn't aware of. So ceiling fans in Canada have a bracket, like a wire bracket, and a hook that you bolt into the ceiling, so that way if it falls into the ceiling, it's still hanging by the wire and not by the electrical, so that way it's not going to short out or anything like that. Apparently, that's not a thing in the States. That's kind of
So it's like just a hook that you screw up into the ceiling or to the electrical box or whatever is structural there that can support the weight of it.
Right.
And then a wire that almost acts like it's a zip tie, and you attach that to the hook that comes from the ceiling, and you pull it taut. So that way, if for some reason the structure does fail, and the ceiling fan falls from the ceiling, it's still going to be held up by that little hook thing. And that makes perfect sense, and I honestly wonder why we don't do that in the States. But yeah, that was a new thing for me. It was just like, oh, okay, I'll follow along with that because it clearly makes sense. But
yeah, so if for any reason we ever decide to move to the States and we do little things installing a ceiling fan, it's going to be really interesting because I'm going to be going, this isn't safe. This isn't secure.
I lived 34 years in the United States, and not once did I have a ceiling fan fall on my head.
By a miracle.
No, because when you put it together and you secure it to the wire box that's in the ceiling, it's secure. You don't necessarily need the fan or the hook and the... I get it. And it's going to be funny because when we're in the States and you actually have the presence of mind to think about it, you're going to be walking around areas that have ceiling fans. I'm glad that we put that fan in here because it is 81.5 degrees Fahrenheit in this living room as we speak.
Just out of nowhere, like unreal.
Yeah, because it only got to like 72 degrees outside. But for some reason, even with all the windows open and fans in cross breeze and everything, it's still stupid hot up here.
Yeah, now that it's starting to cool down, it's starting
Yeah, it's not so bad now, but man, like an hour and a half ago, it was just like I was hunkering down in the bedroom because it was so much cooler in there than it was in here.
Yeah, it just gets stupid hot up here.
So by the time
Hence the ceiling fans.
Yeah, by the time we do our video next week, you may notice that there's an air conditioner in the window. That would be why.
But here's the thing. We're going to go and throw the air conditioner in the window, and then we're going to get a cold snap. And it's going to be stupid
It always
cold.
happens. Put the air conditioner in the window, in the next 2 days, it's like 40 degrees outside.
Yep. Yep, it's the same pathology of going and getting your car washed and then it rains.
Yeah, or taking your car to the mechanic after it starts making a noise and then it stops making the noise when the mechanic tries to drive it.
Yeah, that one's fun. I don't know how it's holding on these seams so well.
So, this is Memorial Day weekend in the States, so the unofficial beginning of summer. So I do want to wish my friends and family and those of you watching in the States a safe and happy Memorial Day. I always have a problem saying Happy Memorial Day because it's a day where you're supposed to honor the dead. So like saying happy to that seems a little weird. Stay safe, stay healthy, follow all protocols in your state or locale as far as group gatherings, social distancing, wearing masks, because you don't want this to be your last Memorial Day weekend. So
Yeah, definitely not that.
I know it sounds morbid to say it that way, but like it's how it is. Like
It's the reality of the situation.
there are people who are perfectly healthy or were perfectly healthy that caught COVID and then ended up dying. I mean, you know, they say that it's immune suppressed people and whatever, but like perfectly healthy people are getting it and not making it through to the other side. So
Yeah, it's scary. Very, very scary. So, I mean, the tape's kind of holding. Mostly. Yeah, I have a feeling I may end up gluing some tabs on.
what we're gonna do now is we're gonna jump cut to this thing being
The magic of Niagara Falls.
this thing being all taped up and put together and ready for paint because it's gonna be kind of tedious and long-winded.
Alright, so we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hey guys, so we're back. It's actually the next day. So what ended up happening is I put the entire thing together using the duct tape and it didn't hold. It was like you push on it and the whole thing just kind of collapsed. So I went back, I created little tabs, I had a glue, and I glued everything up. So now it's really sturdy. Any of the cutout places, I put like an extra piece of cardboard just to give it more rigidity, you know, in case she decides she wants to jump on top of it. But what was really funny and really cute is the entire time that I was working on it, she kept running out and checking on it, and I kept telling her, it's not ready, honey, it's not ready. And as soon as she saw it all done, she ran up and started mushing it, and she climbed inside, and she was all excited. So I can't wait to finish painting it and get it all done. So I've got white, acrylic, and then red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And yeah, so the idea is I'm going to do white on top and then probably like a purple or something on the bottom, and then just maybe paint some like daisies and rainbows and, you know, like cliche hippie stuff like peace signs and whatnot, and make it like a real hippie VW bus. Now, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I actually marked out the lines for the front of the bus. Now the other thing I need to do is make headlights, the emblem, which I'm probably going to make out of tin foil, and then I need to make wheels. So other than that, I'll probably just make those out of cardboard. So, but for now, I'm just going to get... This is the paint that I used 5 years ago when we did our Pride Floats challenge, where we had to make Pride floats like on RuPaul's Drag Race. So I'm hoping that it seems to be okay. So it's absolutely disgustingly hot outside, and even more disgusting is the amount of people that we see walking up and down the street and out touring around, and it's just like just another day. And we've been following the news, but not enough to let it affect our mental health. And we're noticing that cases are back on the uprise in Canada, or at least in Ontario, for the last week straight. So I guess people won't understand and won't get it until they've got it. So, but Susie just made the funniest face.
She's like, to hell with this, I'm out of here.
She's like, that's disgusting, you guys. I figured I would start with the white and then do the purple, so that way it's harder to cover purple with white. So I'm going to go ahead and finish painting this up, and I will see you guys in a minute. So, ta-da! This is our VW bus for Susie. So we kind of, I got a pillow and I put it in there, but the pillow was too thick, so she didn't really care for it all that much. She has climbed in it a few times and checked it out. Yeah, so the doors open and close. She can climb in through the window if she wants. Now I left it blank on the back just because it's going to be up against a wall, so you're not really going to see it anyway. But the one side I did decide to paint, just, you know, why not? So yeah, so there is Susie's VW bus.
Clearly he got a little carried away because I thought he was almost done, and then he started adding more and more and more stuff, which, I mean, Volkswagen van, that's...
So here's the thing. I went into this thinking that it would be a real quick, like, take me a couple hours, like 2 hours on an afternoon. And it took unnecessarily long.
Yeah, we're talking like it took like Jenna Marbles amount of time, where she thought it was going to be like a quick 5-minute thing, and then it ended up being like 6 hours.
Yeah, so I definitely learned little things. I should have left tabs on. I should have used glue right from the get-go instead of trying duct tape. So, but you know,
you live, you learn. Now we've got a cute little thing for her to play in, and maybe even take naps in. And
yeah, I like it. I'm happy with how it turned out. And is she gonna check it out? You gonna check it out, babies? Oh yeah.
There she goes. The trick is we put a couple treats in the bottom so that she'll get used to thinking that it's hers.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? And this was basically his labor of love. I helped a little bit, but it was like 90% him.
It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was neat.
I don't get
watching
to do
it come together.
I don't get to do really crafty things very often, so it's fun when I get a chance to really dive in and do it.
So I think that's honestly going to do it for us this week, guys.
Yeah, we've got a busy weekend ahead. We have to install our air conditioners, install the ceiling fans.
We've got all kinds of air circulating in this room, and it is still 82.5 degrees. There's a thing on the wall
and that's dropped. It was like 85 earlier. It is what it is. So I think that will do it for us this week.
Yep, that is going to be it. And if there's anything that you guys want to see us do, even if it's like arts and crafty, even if you think it's something that might be a little silly, just let us know in the comments, and we'll take it into consideration. We usually consider everybody's suggestions. So
yeah, try to anyway.
Yeah,
within reason.
But that's it for this week. We will see you guys next Saturday with another exciting den video from Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Bye.